Hello friends, so we're going to do a nursery rhyme today, the original version, and something that's a little bit different. So first I'm going to read to you the original. The old woman who lived in a shoe. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then whipped them all soundly and put them to bed. Alright, so that was that one. Alright, now I've got another one for you. If the Shoe Fits by Allison Jackson, illustrated by Carla Firehammer. If the Shoe Fits. Again, our title page, written by Allison Jackson, illustrated by Carla Firehammer. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, and this is when it changes, then took them to live in a new home instead. She left the old shoe inside in a hat, which she shortly discovered they shared with a cat. The cat played with a fiddle from morning to night, then danced with a spoon till they all fled in fright. The woman then moved to a warm woolen coat, but all of that lint sore tickled her throat. When little Jack Horner stopped in for some pie, she decided to give a New Haven a try. She huddled her children inside a green sock, which someone had thoughtfully hung from a clock. But a hickory-dickory mouse scurried through, and she fled with her broth and her family too. The clock just struck one as they jumped in a tub, but three men were sitting there, rub-a-dub-dub, a butcher, a baker, a candleman too, so they hid in a wall. What else could they do? The wall soon attracted the king's horses and men, for it seemed that an egg had exploded just then. So she called for her children and gathered them up, then fearfully led them to a china teacup. When little Miss Muffet tried taking a sip, the old woman grew peevish and tickled her lip. The girl dropped the teacup and ran for the door, while the mother transported her children once more. The family then settled inside a torn glove. Still the children did nothing but push, yell, and shove. When 24 blackbirds arrived seeking shelter, she instructed her children to run helter-skelter. They discovered a bowl that was empty at least, but then King Cole grabbed it, preparing to feast. The family escaped from that terrible house and sought further refuge, invading a blouse. The blouse was then seized by the good Queen of Hearts, who slipped it on quickly to start making hearts. So the family put down the seam of her sleeve and into a jar, but would you believe? The glass jar belonged to old Mother Hubbard, who immediately snatched it to put in her cupboard. But the woman and children did manage to rock it. The jar overturned, and they fell in a pocket. The pocket was part of a red satin vest, which the Grand Duke of York wore while puffing his chest. He puffed it so they were squeezed from his suit and landed one by one in his black leather boot. Now, the boot was too small for a family this size, but the woman had grown much more patient and wise. "If the shoe fits, then wear it," she said to her clan, and she led them right back where this began. She was still an old woman who lived in a shoe, and she still had those children, but she knew what to do. She gave them some broth and kissed all their faces, then tucked them in bed and tied up the laces. And that's the end. There was a lot of different nursery rhymes in there. Let's see if we can figure out some more. All right, thank you.